Alrighty, so today we're just giving you a quick little demonstration on the different fermenting jars that can be used when fermenting foods. Alrighty, so the first one we're going to look at here is the standard Fido Lid. So this one's just a wire bale snap top lid. So it just opens up like so. It has a really strong sturdy rubber seal and locks down and keeps moist, keeps it pretty well sealed. For this design, there are cheaper alternatives out there, but this one here, the Fido Lid seems to be the best for that, which is important, keeping the oxygen out, because that's what's going to cause the ferment to basically putrefy and not work. Yeah. Okay. Next one we have is the Fowlers Vacola. These are a bit harder to come by these days. They're more of a collector's item. I got my set as a gift from someone. But these are really good. The glass is extremely thick and sturdy. The lid basically just snaps down, so you just open it up. Comes off. As you can see, it's created a nice seal, and it's a good solid thick rubber seal there. So the oxygen is pretty well kept out with these ones here. Again, which is really important. Downside is it's a metal lid, so there is the potential to rust with those ones there. Otherwise, yeah, I highly recommend those. Next up we have the Wick Jar. So very similar to the Fowlers Vacola. The difference is glass lid, which is lead free, and there's no rusting, any of those potential problems. Also, they have the capacity to have the airlock device, which means you don't have to burp them frequently like you'd have to with the other ones there, because the carbon dioxide that builds up can escape quite easily there, and it doesn't allow any oxygen to get into the ferment. Have a really wide mouth as well, so you can work with them quite easily, get your hands in there, and it's quite an easy jar to work with. I recommend these as a good starting point for people, as it's pretty much fail safe and there's not really much that can go wrong with those ones there. Next up we have just the standard mason jar. So just a standard screw top jar, just basically screws on and off. Doesn't provide the seal that you're going to get with these other ones. And for fermenting, I wouldn't recommend those. I use it for beet kvass, but that's about it, and also for curds and whey, it's not a problem there. As you can see with the beet kvass, has got quite a layer of mould which just skims off, so it's not really a problem. But for vegetables it doesn't really work too well. Some people use them and ferment for 3 days with their veggies and put them in the fridge. Unfortunately with that, you're going to end up with coleslaw at best. There's not much probiotic bacteria in there. You're better off doing it properly. These ones here, you're going to get, these ones here I feel comfortable leaving for about two or three weeks. Some people do it for a month. I'm experimenting with those at the moment. This one here with the airlock device, I'm happy to leave that for a month without any problems with anything going wrong with pathogenic bacteria. So next thing to keep in mind is the salt that you use. I use Himalayan sea salt or Celtic sea salt. It's unrefined, it's natural, has all the minerals and trace elements intact, so it's not standard table salt where it's just sodium and chloride. So that's the salt that I prefer to use. Other little things to keep in mind, you can get these little dunking devices that just basically work as a weight. So when you've done the ferment, packed it in, these just sit on top and keep the vegetables submerged underneath the brine to keep any oxygen completely out of the ferment.